Good morning or good afternoon. My name is Lauren Holmes. I'm the head of Global Human Resources for our parent company, High Vision. High Vision represents our 9 sub-brands, and they are all in distinct niches specific to their interests. So today, I come with my 2 colleagues, Christina, our global recruiter, and Iman, our HR assistant. Christina and I are based in the United States, and Iman is a part of our Pakistan branch. Today I'd like to talk about a family. They're named the Johnson family. Each member in this family has a specific lifestyle that they adhere to. The mom gets her hair done every Wednesday from 9 to 2. The dad goes bowling with his buddies every Thursday night and likes to have quite a few beers in the process. The daughter insists on observing the weekly ritual of eating tacos and named it Taco Tuesday. Anyone else a fan? Meanwhile, the son is exceedingly involved in extracurricular sports, and so he's often not able to complete his chores on the days of his competitions, and these responsibilities inevitably get delayed. And we cannot forget about their dog, Spot, who takes his nap from promptly 3 to 5 p.m. And for those of you who are European, that would be something like 1500 to 1700, but don't quote me on that, I'm just American. And of course, you would be wise to not disturb the dog during this time. As you can see, all the members of this family have their different preferences, obligations, and manners of going about their lives, and yet they find a way to make it work with respect to their schedules, their diet, their finances, and their shared responsibilities. At this time, you can probably see where I'm going with this point, but let me make it explicit anyways. It is often said that family dynamics bear deep similarities to the dynamics of work. Now, obviously, your coworkers are not your family, and probably some of you are saying, thank God. But if we pause to think about it, we must all admit that the trite remark that our workplaces are like a second family. Therefore, just as the Johnson family, in our example, is able to make their family dynamic work, everyone, despite their differences in their lifestyle, so too is crucial to find a healthy balance in the workplace that creates a wholesome work environment which appreciates the different backgrounds, preferences, and cultural norms. If this analogy doesn't convince you, let me try another mode of argument. Once, a friend cleverly broke down the average workday to me in 3 different parts. The first 8 hours of your day is spent at work. The next 8 hours is spent at home, either thinking about work or continuing your work. And then the last 3 hours are spent sleeping, getting ready to do it all over again. Thus, the majority of our days are spent interacting with, in some form at least, our workplaces. So it's essential that our universal department finds a way to make our workplaces harmonious, and this requires that we keep people's diverse cultural, religion, and personal preferences at the forefront of our daily operations. If I may, please allow me to share a bit of my experience in trying to achieve this goal while also building an HR department from the ground up. Initially, I started in the administrative and operations sector of our company, LifePro, which is our fitness and wellness brand. Initially, our team was growing, and our need for our full-time HR representative was too. So after 6 months, I was made the head of the HR department, which is not super impressive because it was a one-man show. And I was handed the difficult task of building this department from the ground up. The foundation of this department went in phases. The first phase was setting the groundwork by creating a company handbook, workplace policies, and comprehensive benefit structures, with the aim to continue building our global team. The second phase was implemented with these policies and making them sustainable for our entire team. And lastly, the third phase continues to this day as we expand the operations within our HR department, both by bringing on new team members and streamlining policies and procedures. During this entire process, the wonderful backgrounds, the wonderful diversity of our company required me to be knowledgeable and considerate of the different backgrounds, preferences, and cultural norms among our employees. From my mistakes and success in this process, I've learned a few things, and so I would like to share 3 points that I have helped build a multicultural HR department from the ground up. And of course, there are many things that I've not figured out, And I would like to propose 2 of these questions at the end that we could talk about in our small groups. So let me begin my first point. Make cultural awareness a part of your onboarding. In our company, we have people with a variety of backgrounds. Each background is beautiful in its own way, and this reality has caused me to be even more intentional with both how I operate our department and also educate those in my workforce. In America, for example, not many people are informed about various religious norms that many people within their communities adhere to. It's a very much, I know my background and I'm going to stick to it. So everyone kind of stays in their own box. But the downside of staying in our comfort zone and never learning about our neighbors is that we live unaware of others' convictions, and this can directly affect us in our workplace partnerships. For example, there's one group that is represented within our company that refrains from shaking hands with the opposite gender. At the beginning of my employment, there were times where I would make innocent mistakes by reaching out to shake someone's hand and then being embarrassed after, realizing that that wasn't a part of their cultural norm. Not to mention the awkwardness my coworker must have felt. Further, many people within our team have made the exact same mistake simply because they never fully understood others' cultural norms. So in order to help make these customs known and to make the work environment more comfortable for everyone, our onboarding team meets with everyone to ensure that they are fully prepared by their first day, knowing the standard practices of each culture that is represented in our company. Know and respect the culture of your employees, because no one wants to work in a workplace where their culture is being disregarded. So figure out ways that are effective and give your teams a deep understanding of the cultures represented in your company so that your department can be most effective. There's a reason why we're all called Human Resources Department. It's so that we can bring value and awareness to each human and come within our workplace. Let's move on to our second point. Second point, spot potential inequalities before they happen. As I was building out our HR department foundation, specifically our benefits, I came to realize that various subgroups have specific holidays that they observe. And I came to realize that one specific subgroup had more holidays than the others. And I foresaw many individuals complaining that the other group had more time off. So I went on to create a benefit structure that caters to this issue concerning holiday observations. In order to show respect and care for our team, we give each team member 15 paid holidays a year so that they can observe their specific religious holidays. Giving this benefit to our team has made our team feel valued and seen for the background that they come from. As a side note, I have also found that understanding the importance of each holiday can go a long way too. So for example, some holidays it's customary to buy someone a nice gift. So I do that and I factor it into my year budget. In any case, always be careful to make sure that company policies are fair to everyone, even if you are creating them to accommodate a specific culture or religious norm observed by some within your company. Let's move on to our third point. Have respectful but direct conversations. As in every area of life, communication is key. Let me give an example of when I learned this lesson the hard way. Each year, our company does 2 team-wide events. It's a marvelous time for our global team to come together, realign on our vision, have fun, and connect. My first team event came early on with my employment, and I was in charge of making it happen, from organizing speakers to decor to the catering to seat assignments, as we would call it in America, the whole enchilada. At our evening dinner, I gave everyone assigned seats, but was not aware that one of the subgroups within our company, it's customary that the man and the woman cannot sit next to each other. So come to find out, I had mistakenly put a male and a female next to one another and offended a team member, and I felt awful. So after that, I realized I'm going to respectfully ask questions to our team members concerning their customs. So now I ask questions like, if I were to choose this gift, would that make you feel valued? Or are there any cultural observations that I need to be aware of that take place throughout your workday? And at the end of the day, being aware of a conviction can lead to all sorts of issues, but respectfully asking questions of your coworkers before you do something shows that you care to fix something before it becomes an issue. Indeed, doing this has allowed me to appreciate the respect that holds within various cultural and religious norms within our company. So ask the hard questions, even if they're uncomfortable, because that's what we're here for. Now, I don't want to give off the wrong impression. I might have learned a few lessons during my time in HR, but I still have much to learn. In fact, I want to pose a few questions that I'm still wrestling with in the hope that you might share your own insights within our group so that I myself and the group around can continue to grow and benefit from each other's experiences. If you have ideas that you'd like to share, you can find me after, or we can discuss during our roundtable discussion. So my first question is, how do I delicately discern what is just a personal preference of one of our employees, which doesn't require changing our company's policies, and what is something that is so significant that it does require accommodation? Second question, what do we do when the dominant culture of our society conflicts with a subculture within our company? Now, as one who's still early in her career, I don't know much compared to many of our HR professionals in the room, but I'm hopeful that sharing these few points that I've made to be helpful for myself and my department is motivating and inspiring for the specific work that we all do. As HR professionals, it's important that we all stick together and support one another. In retrospect, we're all moving towards the same mission, helping our team members find their place in a healthy work environment. So if I could sum up this into one statement for you to walk away with today, it's this: your company's culture consists of your employees' culture. Your company's culture consists of your employees' cultures. If we pause to think about it, we realize that our team members' backgrounds from the culture of our companies form the culture of our companies. Indeed, the company's values, visions, preferences, and even holiday structures all revolve around the cultural norms of its employees. Therefore, we should not shun the various cultural expressions in our team members as if we can somehow make our employees all the same. Rather, we must embrace the wonderful diversity that we find within our companies and find ways to make our company culture fit the culture of its employees. I'll say it again. Your company's culture consists of your employees' cultures. Embrace them all and give each culture a home within your company. May we all continue moving forward in our mission to helping our workforce feel more valued, not only for the work that they do to help move our company's missions forward, but also for their own unique identities and wonderful diversity. Thank you.